for their reference. So I'll let you know God still writes things down. He loves to keep a journal. He's the biggest journal you've ever seen. I have been to heaven and seen him writing in that journal. I've seen other people he's invited. He actually has an office right up from the throne room, and that doesn't diminish him in any way whatsoever. If you can sit or even stand in his presence, even in heaven.
So this is Kerr, and she seems like she's in one of those angry moods today, which is kind of funny. It sounds like just even from this clip, it almost sounds like somebody was like, "You can't stand in the throne room of God, otherwise, that would mean that God's not all powerful." And she's like, "You know what? I'm going to go live right now. I'm going to go live right now and tell everybody exactly how that's not true." Okay, because that's this is sort of my whole thing is being in the presence of God because I go to heaven and everything. So we're gonna get into it. I am Brentley, and this is the Punk and State. Let's go. All right. Got the whole gang here already. That's awesome. All right, cool. So yeah, this is Kerr. Just she's in a weird mood today. It seemed like I only watched like literally like a couple minutes of this. But she's doing that thing where she's getting all like defensive to no one. To no one that's talking. She's just going live, but she's defensive like in response to something. I don't know. But yeah, here we go.
Well, hello everybody. This is Kat Kerr from OQI.
And somebody's like phone camera too, by the way, and it's like in the echo. Like they did something. They're like, can we echo up this place because this is just crazy. People can understand me too well. This is not.
I'm excited to be here today. As I promised that we would start having more broadcasts, we are, and today is one of those days. So I have a few updates from heaven, from number 45, and you all know who that is. One thing I want to assure
She's giving us updates from heaven, right? Which seems like she's giving us updates from God, and then she's also like right after saying, "I'm going to give you updates from God," and also updates from Trump, as if Trump's a god. Like, can't Trump do his own update? Like, he can just tell everybody his stuff. Like, why does he need? What do you mean? Like, you're gonna update us? Like, from like Trump's contacting you and you're like, "Hey, cat, can you please tell everybody a thing about me? I need to." Like, what does she mean? It's so weird how they talk about him like he's a fucking god. It's insane.
you that God is still saying, in the midst of everything going on, eat cake and celebrate.
Okay, so the cake is a prop. Who had prop in the chat the other day? We were just like discussing this, and yeah, somebody I shoot, and I can't remember who it was, but they were absolutely right. It's a prop. It's a stage prop. It's like it goes with her little her little catchphrase, I guess.
It just makes it a little bit more sweet. You see the pretty little gold things that Jen. Of course,
What?
it is chocolate. Mm-hmm.
They're so cringe. There's something so cringe about like don't ever make like just eat it like the fact that you have to eat a bite of cake before you start every like street like that's just don't make that your thing. I can't help but thinking of that one. There there was that what do you call it? I Love Lucy, where she's like having to like take a spoonful of some like uh some type of I don't know, like supplement thing, right? But it's like full of alcohol and she keeps messing up. And then it's just like, that's what it reminds me of. Like, she's just, she's just like, I got to take a bite of cake. And then she just is going to get herself sick on like take 7 or something.
I have some on my lips. Please forgive me.
See, this is all just.
You know what? This is me. I haven't gone away. I'm not moved anywhere. No, I haven't died and gone to heaven. I can go without dying. For people who already know me, then you understand.
What? And I feel like she said that before plenty of times, right? Like any time that she hasn't done a live stream for what, like 2 days, 3 days? I don't know how long it's been. I feel like it's been maybe a week. She's been not around for a bit. But anytime she's like away for, no, I didn't die and go to heaven. I can go to heaven without dying. Thank you very much. Unlike you idiots and losers. That's why you need to look up to me. Do it. I'm better than you. I'm just saying. Okay, look.
I am heaven's revelator, and I have some new revelations.
That's another thing too. She calls herself the Revelator. Like a cheap Terminator knockoff or something.
It is about to do one of the biggest sweeps they have done of this earth. And what are they going to be doing? They're taking and recording every wicked, evil thing going on. They know it all already. It's for their.
See, what is this smugness? Where's the smugness coming from? I just feel it's, what is her problem? It's like heaven's about to do a big sweep. Okay. And they're gonna, they gotta keep records. Okay. They got a big records room. Okay. It's like the TSA or whatever, or the what is it called? The time, I don't know, the thing from Loki. That's like all the records and stuff. Like heaven just has this like infinite. Anyway.
So I'll let you know God still writes things down. He loves to keep a journal. He's the biggest journal you've ever seen. I have been to heaven and seen him writing in that journal. I've seen other people he's invited. He actually has an office right up from the throne room, and that doesn't diminish him in any way whatsoever. If you can sit or even stand in his presence, even in heaven.
See, somebody was like, you shouldn't be able to do that. And she's like, you absolutely can. Who's been to heaven, me or you? Who's been to heaven, me or you? Yeah, shut the fuck up. Okay. Go sit down. All right. Idiot. Like, Robin Bullock. Hey, come over here. Like, this person's trying to tell me we can't sit in the throne room with God. It's stupid, right? We do it all the time. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let's get to some comments. All right. Who won? Oh, Michael won today. Okay. And Clecio was like screaming second, just like right, like somehow within the same minute. I have the same minute. It must have been within like seconds. That's awesome. All right. Let's see. Oh, and Lynn's here with the ADHD Lynn. How we doing? And let's see. Here we go. Everybody saying hi. Updates from heaven. That's right. Oh, and Ember's here too. All right. Cool. Gang's all here. Like I said, this is awesome. All right. Amber said, because God is so powerful, he can't tell us anything about the unchanging changes up there himself. Yeah. He has to, he's got to hire the pink hair lady. Otherwise, nobody would listen. Like the magical voice comes down, like, I have an update. And yeah, I just, can you, you're not very convincing, man. Do you have a pink hair lady? I feel like that would be a bit more convincing. Everybody's just going to think that it's just somebody with a megaphone up in the sky and a helicopter or something. Like, this isn't convincing at all. Jesus. Worm food. Hey, what's up? Said, let them eat cake. Hey, I'm not taking their cake from them. They can have their cake and eat it too. I do not care. Okay. That's, but, it's just weird. It's weird when they start a thing like that, there's like, like taking a bite of it. And it's like clearly so awkward. She's like, oh, right. My thing is that I have to take a bite of cake before we start. And say, oh, no, I'm sorry. It's just stuck in I got the dentures and it's all getting behind it. Anyway, is it all my teeth? It's chocolate. So now it's on my teeth probably, right? Well, okay, we're going to have to cut. Can we do this again? Like that, that's the same. Like that happened 3 times before they got this one. But that's probably why she's so irritated right now. She's had to keep on stopping with the fucking. It's like, I told you, get me white cake. I can't have it on my teeth. Okay, at least give me cake that'll blend in with my teeth. God damn it! Come on.
That is monumental. I have had the pleasure of seeing him many times, and most recently, he appeared to me and said to me, "You're not doing all this for me. You're doing all this with me." I thought that was the most precious thing. I am the daughter of the Most High God.
I feel like she said that before too. Like she's like, this one time in particular, this latest time, really, God said this thing that I've said like 17 times before because I have no way of like making up new shit for some reason. Like, why can't you like come up with some new ideas, Kat? All right. You got it. How often do you go live? You're going to have to be starting to, update this stuff a little bit. You know, I know you used to be able to just tell the same story at a bunch of different churches, but you can't do that anymore. This is the internet. Okay. We can see the last stuff that you did anyway, you know.
All of you women out there who've given yourself to Jesus Christ, you also are the daughters of the Most High God. And I just want to answer a question. It wasn't planned, but Holy Spirit has decided to interrupt the broadcast. He wants you to understand why. When you go to heaven, you have one wedding ceremony. That is with Jesus Christ. We are called the bride of Christ. All those who received all what he did for us on the cross, and you've had all your sins washed away, and you'll be living.
It's going back with the ceremony thing. The wedding ceremony thing. That is just the most awkward part. And she also seems to like to talk about that a bunch. I don't know. To me, I thought that was just so off-putting. You know, talking about like, oh, you're gonna go get married to Jesus in heaven, and she's taking it literally. You know, I mean, I thought they every time I heard it taught, and of course, this is all subject to interpretation and based on your denomination and all that type of shit. But I always heard it was like a metaphor. You know, like a metaphor for Jesus. Yeah, like we're the I don't know, we're the bride or whatever, and Jesus is the groom. And I actually don't even really understand the point of the of the of the thing. I guess because like Jesus, God's in charge of you, he's the head of the household. You know, that was very much a thing that people made sure to believe back in the day, right?
For all eternity with him. We are called his bride. And so the Father wants you to understand you can't go to heaven married. It's okay. You live right next to all of your family. You'll do everything together still as a family. You'll remember and know each other. All these are a lot of questions I get all the time. So I just thought I'd answer a few right now.
So, but you can't. So you immediately get divorced the second you make it into heaven. You're like, all right, great, not tied to that asshole anymore. I get to marry Jesus now, and Jesus is great. He is like a much better husband, to be honest. Is it like a Jack Sparrow type of thing, and like the second movie where there's just like a whole bunch of Jesuses that are all just they're all husbands for all these pink-haired ladies that have their own mansions now? Is that what they're envisioning in their mind? I don't know.
But when you go home to heaven, there's only one ceremony, and that is us individually with Jesus Christ.
Okay, I asked and answered. Holy shit! I did not think that answer would ever come out. So individually, yes, you all all the women probably. I guess what happens with the men? The men can't get married to Jesus. That'd be too gay, right? Like they would be like, no, that's against the rules. Like you can't have that. Men don't get married to anybody. They just have what, like 72 concubine or some shit. I don't know. Oh wait, that's a different religion. But this is so weird.
Our crowns down before his feet. He will be our beloved forever and ever. And let me tell you, when you meet him, you'll understand that. So you go home to heaven as the Father's son or the Father's daughter, whichever he made you.
What?
That's
I'm so confused. Well, does it need to be coherent? Do you think she thinks it needs to be coherent? All right, let's get here. Somebody's saying, hey, Michael. Saying hey to everybody. More hays. Winfrey said, hey guys, wow, Michael and I both almost on time today. Yeah, well, you know, I went, how many hours later than usual? I'm off of work today, so I don't have to, have to get it done at like 9:30 in the morning. But yeah, so that's why I figured I'd wait a little bit longer and see how we could do in the afternoon here. Michael said, I'm taking a break from my studies for RFR. Oh, right. Oh, cool. Hell yeah. Doing a talk there, right? Hell yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, they make you do homework. You gotta be on top of it. All right. You can't just go on there and tell jokes and stuff. Like you actually gotta come up with something to talk about. Yeah. Which is great. It's a really good show, I gotta say. I was still a little late. Well, it's all right. It's really, I don't know how, it's really difficult to be on time when I'm exactly like different times every single day. So it's good. It's all right. I don't even know how half y'all make it here as fast as you do, but you do. And I appreciate it because I'm like way too ADHD to be able to, standardize a time period or whatever. It's just not going to ever happen. And see, and Michael agrees. Thank you. No, I get it. We can't standardize times when you need to come on and do stream. That's impossible. Nobody can really do that. Okay, the people that claim to they're lying. It was pre-recorded. Okay, that's not real. So, well, Wormfruit said, "Oh, cool. A break is good." Yeah, it is. You need break. You know that they say not statistically speaking, but based on like the actual data. I guess that is statistically speaking. I don't know. That more breaks, or at least a couple breaks, or a break every 2 hours, uh, leads to more work than less actually getting done. So if you try to go a full 4 hours while working without taking any break, you actually end up doing less work than if you take a 15-minute break after 2 hours. Just saying, it's kind of cool. Maybe make sure to say that to your boss. Tell them I told you. They'll love that. Let's see where Fruit said the Revelator. That's her marvelous. Yeah, she's. Oh gosh, I could see. I was gonna say like, oh, she'd have like the X-Men outfit or some pink skin type, but no, it wouldn't. It'd be some one of these like I don't know. Like it's like her whole thing would just be capes all around, just on the whole, just like a big, like capes overlapping each. I mean, look at this. Look what she's already thinks she's dressed like a superhero. You know what I mean? This is insane. What is this? And there's a brooch. Got a brooch. Nothing against brooches, but I just didn't know they made them anymore. After like the 1920s or something. I don't know. When do people use brooches? Trusty H here. What's up, dude? All right, let's see. Aunt Gier's here. She's talking about Jesus's office. Yeah. We've we've heard her talk about the office every so often. She'll go into Jesus's office where he journals, because I guess like why would you, if you're all powerful, why would you take the time to like make an office and then also have a place where you need to like get an actual pen and write on actual paper and an actual like that's just so dumb. Like why wouldn't it just be a fucking database that he could just be like blink, and it's just there, why would he need the journal? That's so weird. I feel like it'd make more sense if he was just sitting there watching a TV that he made to basically just capture all of the information he needs to in video or visual form, and then he can just watch that, be like, yep, that's all good. See, I'm all powerful. That's how being all powerful works. Not like somebody that needs to fucking journal. It's like she has such a limited imagination for being so imaginative. You know what I mean? It's weird how religion works that way. It's like both too imaginative and not enough simultaneously. It's impressive how inconsistent it is. It's crazy. Hey, Hell's Bells, what's up? Hey, hey, Brentley, I'm at work, so I'm just listening in. Hey, that's all right. A lot of people have to do that because I stream during the day. Yeah, I'm not lucky like those night people that get to just have everybody's full fucking attention. But I don't know if I could handle that because that's way too much reading. All y'all comment a lot when it's in the evening. That's what I'm saying. Like your commenting meter just goes to fucking way too, way more than I can handle. That's all I'm saying. Michael said, theists are supposed to be, hold on, what is it? Theists are supposed to be humble and have humility. Is there any bigger ego besides the mango Mussolini than to claim to know a God personally? I mean, and she takes it. I mean, a lot of people like claim to know a God personally, right? Like that's, and you're right, that is still not not humble, but she takes it to a level that's just astronomical. It's like, yeah, I have a personal relationship and he sucks me up into heaven every so often and I just hang out, in his throne room and sometimes in his office, depends where he's at. I'm humble. I'm very humble. I'm not, right? Like this is like, it's so weird, see, that they can't hear how they sound to people. This just, people like her, I think, prove that when all you're around are people that are just nodding along to complete batshit fucking insanity, like it just produces people that act like this. You know what I mean? They could just be like, I can just make stuff up, and then people just like she's just sort of like, hey, as long as people like the stuff I make up, I'm in good shape. So she just keeps on like I don't know. She's trying to make up stuff that people like will enjoy, I guess. But it's just so fucking weird and just shows everybody how like idiotic y'all are. You know, look at his face. She's like, "Whoa." Anyway, uh, let's see. Worm Food said, um, according to Jehovah's Witnesses, yeah, according to Jehovah's Witnesses, there's exactly 144,000 people who get to be kings with Jesus, and the rest are enslaved forever on a paradise earth. What? Really? That's the thing? That's what they think? Like that's what the whole hundred I thought it was only 144,000 get in, period. But you're saying that like so 144,000 get in to be the slave owners, and then literally everybody else just gets in like, oh man, they like grab your ticket in the door, you know, when you get in the door and they're like, am I fuck slave? Shit. Is there any way I could switch religions real quick, like at the last second? Like the 72 virgins actually kind of sounds good now that I'm a slave. This sucks. Jesus. That's so weird, man. Jehovah's Witness is just fascinating to me. I really want to figure out. I really want to have Owen on at some point and maybe talk to him about that stuff. I don't know if he does a whole lot of appearance things though. I don't. I've never asked him before, so. But I don't feel like I've seen him around very much. He's kind of just. I think he's done like atheist experience and that's it. But maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe he has done other stuff that I just haven't seen. But yeah, I'd love to ask him about the Jehovah's Witness stuff. It's really interesting. Oh, speaking of people coming on, next or this Sunday coming up, I'm gonna have Godless Engineer. It's gonna hang out for St. Patrick's Day. So it's kind of a punk rock holiday, you know, even though it is sort of religious, but it just ends up being more of a drink a lot of alcohol day for most people. But and yeah, so we're gonna hang out. We're gonna go over some evangelist type stuff or well, not evangelist, but apologist type shit. You know, that's sort of his bag, seeing responding to apologists. So I'm gonna find the funniest apologist I can find, and if anybody has any suggestions, shoot it in the Discord. Just throw it into the suggestion and say for the talk with Godless Engineer. That way I can kind of go through some stuff and we can figure out what to talk about together. It'll be fun. But anyway, let's see here. No work, only lots. Is that or oh no work, only lols? Is that? I was gonna say like, I have you ever heard people say that you have to work a job in heaven? You know, it's like the Jehovah's Witnesses took it to a whole nother fucking level. They're like, you got to work a job, but you got to be a slave in heaven. Okay, that's it. But I mean, you're a slave in heaven, though. I mean, that's sort of a good thing. You know, it's sort of like being poor in America, right? You know, it's still like better than being poor somewhere else where it's worse. No, man, it's not good. It's not good. You're not selling your heaven thing, man. Okay, Jesus. Or Jehovah. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have. I used the wrong name in vain. All right.
How you go home to heaven. So it's his son and his daughter coming home. That's why he makes everybody their own mansion. And you will love that mansion. And yes, you get one. You do get one, and they do make it.
No, you're not saying anything new here, Kat. We all know about the fucking mansion thing. That's like the one thing that we do know that the Bible actually does say about heaven. Now the what is it, the Jello whatever throne room where God's a big cube of Jello. Now that's stuff that we don't know about, and you brought up the Jello City, which I think is different than Robin Bullock's God cube throne room. But I don't know. I think so. Sometimes I think they're just like hearing each other and then just making stuff up because they heard it. Well, they get to use Jello too. Well, I'm going to use Jello in mine then next time. All right. If Cat says that a whole city can be Jello in heaven, then I'm going to get me a Jello throne room. How about that? Take that, Cat. You wonder if they're like competing, which reminds me, I need to look up Robin Bullock again. I haven't seen him in a while. I miss him. It's weird how that works.
Jesus Christ is the Father will make your mansion. You'll love it, whether it's in the Valley of the Falls or the Mountain of Spices.
What?
along the Crystal Sea, so many places in heaven.
Is this
Beautiful.
a song about America? That's what it sounds like. It seems like she's about to say from the crystal sea to the, from sea to shining sea or something, or like to talk about some purple mountains or something. I don't know. The fuck are purple mountains? Like where are purple mountains? Is that an actual thing? Have I just not been around America enough to be able to see the fucking purple mountains? What is that?
Places in heaven. Over 400 hours we have recorded of things he showed me in heaven and took me into.
You've
And I do
record.
want to remind you, the word says regarding heaven, no eye has seen, nor ear heard, nor entered the heart or mind of man, unless or except it's done by the Spirit of God.
Is that is that what that's meant? Like she's saying that they recorded it though. If you recorded it, then people can see it easily. But we're going to need to see that recording because otherwise you're just obviously full of shit. You know what I mean? And even now, I'm gonna have to be careful because she could just show up with some AI fucking uh, AI produced video thing or whatever.
Well, guess what?
What?
The Spirit of God was the one who took me everywhere.
Uh,
The Father has a Spirit, Jesus Christ has a Spirit, and Holy Spirit.
Wait, what? No. You're messing. Now you're messing with like actual theology here, right? Because the Holy Spirit is the Spirit for both those dudes. Okay, because they're all one, but they're also three, but they're also one and three somehow both at the same time. It's like this makes no sense. It's completely illogical. Yeah, but now what? Now they're six. You're saying they're six now because the Holy Spirit's got a spirit. Why would the Holy Spirit need a spirit? That doesn't make it already is a spirit, man. That's like sort of its whole bag. It's being a spirit. That's why we call it the Holy Spirit. But they all got spirits, okay?
So if they decide to take you, make sure you ask them. The Bible says if any spirit or any angel appears before you and says, "Come with me," you are to say these words: "Are you of the Spirit of the Most High God, who sent His Son to die for the sins of the world?" That way you will not be fooled and you will not be deceived, because hell can't lie.
Oh, what? Wait, hell can't lie now? I thought that was the thing they did best. What do you mean? Like it's the Satan's the father of lies, right? And you're like, but he's not allowed to lie as long as you ask what this one weird question. Got to phrase it the way I tell you. Got to phrase it exactly that way. It's like if you're, it's like if somebody you got a cop, you got to tell them. They got to tell you. It's like they got to tell you if it's a cop. That's not true, by the way. Don't ever, if you're doing a deal, that doesn't work. Okay, so just let you know that I think that was like a urban legend started by the police so that drug dealers would just go up and be like, "Are you a cop?" and think that they have to, well, a cop has to answer. No, they don't, man. Okay, so that's that was started by the police. I'm telling you, that's what happened.
Hell's not too smart, but they can't lie when that question is asked them.
Oh, so it's only if that's that one question. It has to be asked specifically like, okay.
Be hauled off somewhere that is not the right place. And I really care that you know that what you're seeing is the truth. The only thing I share is truth.
What would it be? Hold on. So she's saying that somebody can actually like show up and then take you some other place and be like, it's a pretend heaven in order to trick you? Is that really what she's saying right now? It's like, I don't want you to be deceived because there is, there's they can lie, they can trick you, they can take you up to pretend heaven, and it's basically just a matrix. It's just like the matrix of heaven, but it's ran by the devil and hell or whatever. But that's why you got to ask this one specific question. Jesus Christ.
I didn't ask for this position. They sought me and they gave it to me, and I didn't say no. What you need to be doing right.
She is like acting so weird today. I feel like she's responding to somebody, but it's like one of those nice nasty responses, where she's like, just, oh, if they're gonna watch my thing and they'll get that I'm talking about them. They'll put it together, because this is just very like she just seems angry. It's weird.
I was preparing for some of the greatest days coming on the earth. It is not the end. I will say that again. It is not the end.
That one pisses off a lot of people too, because You got all these other apologists running around going, "It is the end." It's like right around the corner. It's like in like a couple days. We're out of here. Rapture. Boom. And she's like, "It's not the end." You know, like how many? I wonder how many letters she gets for that one. You know, it's true. The end. Stop telling people it's not the end. It's the last days. You know.
This is from the mouth of God Himself. He is not done with this world. There's things in the Word that talk about that are going to happen that have not happened yet. And the Father said He is not willing to not have those things. He has already planned.
What? Why would you put it in a double negative like that? It's not. He's not willing to not do that. Why would you just say that he is? Like, anyway, you know.
Whether you know it or not, they have their own timeline in heaven. It has not got necessarily dates on it. It has events on it. I saw part of
That's convenient.
the timeline, and I can tell you, I saw baptism in fire. I saw the release of the glory. I saw manifested sons and daughters.
And if you want to release your glory, let's go to adamandeve.com and enter code word Brentley at checkout. You can release your glory all over her face or whatever, you know, his face. It doesn't matter. Their face it's just fine, you know. But the glory needs to go on the face. I do feel like that is part of, you know, it's a big part of it. Go to adamandeve.com, enter code word Brentley. That's BRENTLY at checkout to get 50% off any one item. 6 free movies, 3 free gifts, and free shipping on the whole order. Just go to adamandeve.com and enter that code word to get your exclusive offer. You know. And then you can release all the glory all over all the faces you like, you know? All right.
Daughters going around the earth speaking on behalf of Him. And these are things that are going to happen. They have to happen. I saw mass salvations.
What is with the volume? Who is sitting there like with the recording volume just like going up and down with the knob? It's like I swear there's like a toddler in the room just fucking with her every time she starts talking. And it's just, what are you doing? Holy shit. This is driving me crazy. All right, let's see here. What do we got? Worm Food said, Jake W's have their only holiday about going to heaven with Jesus soon, March 10th. I'm going to get so smashed on red wine because I love me some Jesus blood. They have, is that a legit holiday? Is like go home to heaven day? And yeah, that's it. It's just to go home to heaven on March 10th. Okay. I didn't, well, that's past now. That's already, isn't that done? That we already did that day, right? It's the 12th. That was 2 days ago. So I don't know. I feel like I must have missed it, which sucks because I hate missing holidays, you know, any reason to throw a party. You know what I mean? Michael said, yep, 12,000 from the 12 tribes of Judah. Oh, that's right. Okay. Jesus. That's where we get the 144 from. Okay. And percent grape juice. Yeah, because they're not gonna have wine. They don't even drink fucking coffee. Why do you think they're gonna have wine? Come on now. Jesus. Michael said, my hubby would be so mad if I married someone else. I know. That's what, you know, that's why I think a lot of people don't like her saying that, you know, because it's supposed to just be symbolic. Okay. That's what I always heard. I never heard anybody being like, no, you literally get married to Jesus when you get to heaven. It's like, and there's a bunch of them. Yeah. Every person gets their own individual personal Jesus. Okay. He can divide, you know, remember that thing he did with the fish and the bread. Yeah. He just does that with himself. And then he just, jeez. Wow. That's just, it's just weird, you know? Let's see. Did you think if Kat were a JW, would anyone believe she was actually anointed? She'd definitely partake at memorial. Well, I think the hair would throw. Are they allowed to dye hair? I don't know the rules, but I'd imagine because they have rules against coffee. They probably have rules against manic panic hair dye too. You know what I mean? Like if I was to just guess, right? But who knows, right? And Jerry said, so we're all polyamorous with Jesus. No, you don't. You get divorced when you get to heaven. Okay, you automatically, Jesus just boots your husband out the door, you know, and then he comes and scoops you up like probably has a conversation in the rain or something. It's like a rom-com, and it's just you and Jesus. And then the ex becomes the bad ex in the movie. That's how that goes. There's always the bad ex, and then they realize that they should have been with the other. Anyway, it's going to be like that, but with Jesus in heaven. That would be a really fun movie, actually. I'd watch that. Amber said, they what? Wait, then what you think? What they? Oh, they want you to think it's a metaphor because a man becoming Jesus's wife really confuses the homophobes. I know, right? Like it's that's I always thought like I'm like, well, that's kind of weird. Aren't we supposed to be against that? And they're like, no, it's a metaphor, but you got to marry Jesus. So it's like, but he's a guy that would be literally gay, man. But all the women are like, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. In fact, could I get the one that's from the Catholic Church where he's got the fucking abs? Man, he's a tasty treat. Just hanging on a cross, man. I would, all right. I'm not gonna go anywhere. Let's see. Worm Fruit said, New Jerusalem, we're all supposed to get married to Jesus or whatever, but individually. Noise. Yeah, that's it. That is you. Yep, you are all caught up in the wacky world of the lore from the Catkerverse. You know what I mean? Amber said, I had a half day yesterday, but my internet has been down. Cleaned my room instead. Oh, there you go. It's almost kind of nice sometimes when it goes down, isn't it? You're just like, okay, cool. I can just go watch people outside. Just go people watching out front, right? No, I am actually late because my internet went down. That was one of the things I was like, well, okay, I guess I'm not going now. Then I'm gonna have to wait. Because I don't know what the hell happened. I think I bumped something. I don't know. Sometimes I think that's what happened. It's always my fault. It's got to be. I was programmed to believe it's all my fault. Worm Food said, I have notifications on, to be honest. Actually, you're the only tuber I have notes on for. That's crazy, really? Wow, that's funny. Yeah, I don't know. There's certain ones I do. I usually the line shows. I like the call-in shows a lot, and I really wanted to check out that new End Boss show. It's like that new debate show where it's like I don't know. It's like, I mean, they say it's like a streamlined debate. I can't remember all the fucking rules, but there's a lot of rules. But it's like a debate with just getting rid of all the fucking time wasting shit, which sounds great. That's all right. Like, cause I can't stand those 3-hour fucking debates where they're just thanking everybody for the first 15 minutes. And then, anyway, it's a whole thing. It's obnoxious, but yeah. So, I do have them on for stuff like that. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else I have. Oh, the Skeptic. I like his stuff and Logic. I really like Logic, but, yeah, I think that's about it. Oh, but I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. Let's see here. Where are we at? Oh, here, I get that one. All right, did that one. I'm like way off. Capes and a big stick. Yeah. Oh, for the superhero thing, because she is like, you're right. She is like a superhero, and her special magical weapon is crazy. No, it's a stick. It's just a stick, but it is a crazy stick. So it's sort of both. It works either way. Whenever it said, why would you ever journal with a perfect memory? Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. Like, what even is the purpose of journaling? It's so that you don't forget stuff. God's memory is not great. It's not good. So he's got a journal. Otherwise, he'll forget all the stuff. Which is why he regretted making mankind when he murdered us all with the flood and all that stuff. Right? Right? How would he regret stuff if he's got infinite memory or whatever? So I don't know. She might be onto something. She might be on. Yes, the famously illiterate incarnation of the all-knowing God needs an office for journaling. Exactly. Yeah. And then has to write it down too. Like she made it, because I feel like there was another one she was talking about this, and she was saying that like he had a certain kind of pen and everything. Like he was literally handwriting the thing. He couldn't even have like a speech to text fucking computer where he's just sitting there talking about everything that's happening. No, he's got to write it down like he's from the fucking, I don't know, first century. That's that we didn't, they didn't really improve much on the speech to text thing until just recently, so it's sort of been the same thing for a long time. Imagine how cute Jesus's doodles are. I bet God hangs them on a giant fridge. It'd be all like death and murder. And here's entrails. Check it out. That's from when Judas's stomach broke open. You know what I'm talking about? Check that shit out. I love guts and blood and stuff. That's all I really draw. But I do cute little hearts on my eyes though. So I feel like that makes up for it, right? That makes up for all the entrails that I draw. Jesus, I mean, I swear, like all the old texts are just so brutal, and we just act like they're so fucking normal. It's really weird. Let's see. Happy slaves. Jesus, you sound like my 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 history class for about the South and everything, which was written by the South about. Well, they're just being wrong a lot, but they were trying to rehab the whole slavery thing, and didn't go well. So I feel like David Barton does the same thing. It's like, well, slaves aren't that bad, Wow, dude, it's just like Southern people just like refuse to acknowledge reality. It's wild. Where he said, yeah, the rest are resurrected, judged. The faithful are kept in eternal life as slaves of God. Sounds terrible, man. Like what? This is why Mormonism started growing out of control, because they get their own fucking planet, which I feel like is a pretty good selling point. If you guys just you have to be slaves for all this time, we get our own planet, and then the people are like, can I go over their religion? I'll believe that he looked at a invisible plate with the magic rock glasses thing inside of a hat. If I can get my own planet. We have to be slaves. This sucks. Like, Jesus, how fucking weird. Wolfo said, Paul and I came together. Oh, okay. What were you doing? Like a Dutch rudder? You did a Dutch rudder, right? Where you just like, you can get your hand to be numb, and then you can, anyway, and everybody's doing the next person, right? Right. That's what you're talking about, right? And if you want to come together, just go to adamandeve.com. Enter that code word Brentley. Get 50% off any one item, 6 free movies, 3 free gifts, and free shipping on the whole order. You can come together with anybody you want, All right. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, and there's a Discord. Thank you, Edger. Got the Discord in there. So yeah, check out the Discord. It's kind of growing lately. Well, actually, yeah, it's really cool. We've got all sorts of stuff in there. It's a lot of fun, But like I said, like definitely, speaking of the Discord, give me some ideas and suggestions for apologists' responses that John Gleason and I, the godless engineer, can go over. Maybe answer some questions. Like maybe there's like questions for atheists or something. But don't I don't want it to be like too standard, but like something fun or funny. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But any suggestions will do. Let's see here. Oh, Logan. Hey, Logan's here. What's up, man? Full-time praising is hard on the knees. Yeah, well, and if you like other things that are hard on the knees, just go to adamandeve.com. Okay. I can't keep doing this, Y'all have dirty minds. That's the problem. Because I'm just going through comments right now. So it's like, this is on y'all, like 100%. Not my fault. Michael said, I'm no longer allowed to celebrate St. Patrick's Day in the wild. Last time I did, I got thrown out of California. # true story. What? You got out of the entire state? How did they throw you that far? Like, where were you? You were right on the border or something, right? Like, you can't. I'd be like, you'd have to be thrown by Superman. That's just crazy, But is this in reference to something I'm unfamiliar with? You can no longer celebrate St. Patrick's Day in the wild. Where's the? I don't understand. I feel like I'm missing something. There was some other bit of context that I am unfamiliar with. So if y'all could elaborate, that'd be great. Because I'm sure somebody else knows exactly what you're talking about, and I don't. So Paul said, "Does anyone? Has anyone heard about Soma game? I've heard of Somas, from back in the day when you know they were a pretty popular pharmaceutical that went around with anyways muscle. Anyways, but no, I haven't heard about Soma game. Soma game. Nope, just the medication. Uh, Worm Fruit said, St. Patty makes me super depressed and misanthropic. Um, what is that? ISTG. If someone pitches me, I might get violent. Hey, sorry. Okay. It's just a typically it's kind of like a punk rock holiday. There's a lot of Irish punks, that's just sort of a thing. A lot of Irish punk bands, you know, and they all celebrate St. Patty's Day. So there's always some punk thing going on. I actually was invited to Gainesville with a friend of mine, Dan McNally, an Irish guy, Irish punker. But yeah, I'm gonna be hanging out with John Gleason, so I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. But you know, I'm sorry you get depressed on St. Patty's Day. It's like the opposite of what's supposed to happen on that day. you know, the one year we put up a bunch. We turned all the lights. We have these like lights that like this one for my room. We turned them all to green, and then we put on Dropkick Murphys for the evening and watched a live St. Patty's Day concert. It was a show. It was a punk show of the Dropkick. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Had a good time. Let's see. Uh, Improv storytelling is a good time. Bouncing ideas off friends and making up all sorts of new worlds. TNT for the religious gets weird though. Yeah. I guess that's sort of what this is, right? This is just kind of like, except they're trying to like see what they can get away with, right? Like Kat always seems to be boundary testing. You know what I mean? She's like, how stupid can I get before somebody's like, this is stupid, And the answer is pretty fucking stupid. That's how far she can get. Hey, Lynn's here. What's up? Colorado at dawn, but like pre-pollution days. What? What is? Hold on. Colorado at dawn, but like pre-pollution days. I don't know what was that, like how clear the sky is or something? I don't know. It's like, cause she said the sky was clear in heaven. I might have missed some much needed context for that one as well. Logan said, uh, I was always told it was because sunset over the California. Oh, this is something. Fog looked purple. I don't know if that's true. Something to do with the weather on St. Patty's Day when you got kicked out of the state of California. I'm missing something serious here. Okay, I don't know what it is, but uh, just not following. I need some clarity. You know, Warm Fruit said, "Oh my god, I miss how my mountains used to look. Oh, did they used to be purple? Is that what we were all talking about? The purple thing, purple mountains question? I don't know. You all just not giving me any content. You just like do these little like comments where it's just like half thought, which clearly I'm supposed to be on top of like whatever the context is, and I'm not. I'm just making stuff up as I go. All right. Jesus. Her story about heaven reminds me of Ark from the game. Ark from the game. No idea what game. Colorado mountains are just pale blue now because pollution is so bad. Okay. So that is in reference to the purple mountain thing. Got it. All right. Sorry. Got it. I got to keep up here. It's not easy with y'all because your brains just go running off without me.
Groups that you would think would never probably get saved. God has got wild plans, and He is excited about them all. Heaven is preparing for them. So be preparing for the end. Forget it. Throw that thought in the ditch. That's the enemy trying to stop you from doing anything.
What? Okay, I'm sorry.
Heaven is preparing in different groups that you would think would never probably get saved. God has got wild plans, and He is excited about them all. Heaven is preparing for them. So preparing for the end. Forget it. Throw that thought in the ditch. That's the enemy trying to stop you from doing anything.
What? They said, oh, okay, because she's really stuck on this heaven is or the end is not near thing. The end is not nigh. The end is unnigh. It's nighless, the end. And so yeah, she's saying that they're preparing heaven for I bet you she's talking about Democrats. Oh no, there's gonna be some Democrats in heaven, but they just have to completely decide to not be who they are at all, and then they can go to heaven, or whatever. But like she's like saying groups of people that you would be surprised would be Christians. Well, that'd be Democrats, right? I mean, it seems to be like what she's obsessed with anyway.
The enemy's about to lose one of the worst ways he ever has. And darkness will be crushed and pushed back for a very long season. So get ready to be.
Wait, is that but that's not the end? The long season? Okay.
The glory carrier for God. It is going to be amazing. He showed me somebody stepping out of a plane and their foot hit the tarmac. And when it did, there was a shudder in the city. And all the hell that was in that city ran like dust to get out. Because the glory is about to take it over.
What? Not see, so little of what she says makes sense that not even her fucking metaphors make sense. They ran like dust. Dust doesn't run. That's like literally one of the things that it cannot do. It's incapable of that because it's just fucking dust. You say like run like a cheetah, or even run like hell is a proper colloquialism or whatever. But like run like dust doesn't make anyway. God damn.
It did. There was a shudder in the city, and all the hell that was in that city ran like dust to get out, because the glory is about to take over it, and it will become a region of light.
Okay, maybe is she talking about California? She's like, yeah, that's all the evilness is going to leave California, and then Trump's going to go there, and he's going to make Christians out of it. I have no idea. That could easily be part of what she thinks is going to happen because she's just that out there.
So things are about to happen, new inventions never done before. It's going to get
What?
greater and better for us. And it keeps saying, well, this is the great outpouring. Yes, the Holy Spirit is getting ready to do one of the biggest jobs he's ever had, and he's looking forward to that too. But it's not the end yet. Your children, your grandchildren, your
What is any of this? Hold on, I'm so sorry. Yes, the Holy Spirit has got some jobs to do too, and he's excited to do those jobs. What jobs, lady? Like you're not clarifying literally anything. Is that how she gets away with sounding like putting up this urgent prophetic word by Kerr? Because she can just be like, I'm just gonna like say a bunch of half thoughts with no context, and then we can just apply it to some shit down the road, but ad hoc, rationalizing or whatever.
light. So things are about to happen, new inventions never done before.
New what? New inventions? New inventions? Is that what she's saying? New what? Hold on, I'm sorry.
Because the glory is about to take over it, and it will become a region of light. So things are about to happen, new inventions never done before.
New invention.
Greater and better for us. And it keeps saying, well,
if I don't understand it after the third time, I just have to go. I just got to move on. Okay, she's clearly too fucking drunk to be able to say words.
This is the great outpouring. Yes, the Holy Spirit is getting ready to do one of the biggest jobs he's ever had, and he's looking forward to that too. But it's not the end yet. Your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, your great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren will still be operating on this earth, probably while you're in heaven enjoying it. What? So I bless you in the name of the Lord and release the life of God, the love of God, the power of God, His presence, His will, His way, this day. May you begin to see what His plans are and not talk about the enemy who are losers.
Okay, stop right there. You don't talk about the enemy who's losers. You get that, like, by calling them losers, you're literally talking about them after saying that you shouldn't talk. Never mind. I'm not gonna. I don't think she'd understand that. She wouldn't get it. She didn't get it at all. Let me see here. Yes, Purple Mountains. Got it. Okay. Yeah, that was it. I knew it. I caught on. Sometimes it takes me a second, but Hell can't lie. So Satan is right and God is evil because hell can't lie. I know, I know. I mean, she went and clarified and was like, "Oh no, it's only as long as you ask this very specific question, worded this very specific way. Then hell can't lie." It's like if you're a cop, you got to tell them. You got to say if you're a cop. As long as if they ask if you're a cop, they gotta tell them. But yeah, it just sounds so. And I think she heard herself say it and was like, "Oh, I mean, only if you ask this one question, then hell can't lie. Otherwise, that's all they do." I probably should have thought of this ahead of time before I started just talking out loud. But but she doesn't. She doesn't. What about pink mountains? They look pretty. I bet you she would love pink mountains. That's probably the candy cane, or not the candy cane, the cotton candy mountains of heaven, right? She probably has that in the lore there somewhere. Who cares? It's just all made up. You can just make up something else like cotton candy mountains. Michael said, "Hey, Cat Kerr, Paul wants you to read First Timothy about women." Yeah, that's it. Not allowed to talk, Cat. Not allowed to talk. Bible of your own book says you can't talk. So I don't know what you think you're doing. Just like having dominion over men and everything. Oh God, it's so sad when they're they she's like literally saying that she's hearing from God all the time, literally putting herself above men, in the sense that like she's getting direct revelations from God and making that her whole thing. And yet there's the verse in Timothy, he was saying like is all like women should shut up. Like it literally says like women need to be quiet. So stupid. Logan said, "Got to be above the fruited plain, the fruited plain." Okay, yeah, that's yeah, that could be. Where's that? Where's the fruited plain? Michael said, "God has been known to lie." Just saying. Yeah. Well, I mean, the very beginning of the Bible, it starts with a lie, doesn't it? Saying, "On this day you shall die, and then on the day that you eat that fruit, you shall surely die." Right? But nothing happened. They were just like, and the devil was like, "No, you're not gonna die, man. You're not gonna die. You'll be fine. You're just gonna." God just doesn't want you to be like God. And then explained what he meant by that. Said, by knowing good and evil. You know, which again was true. Both of those statements were true. And but yet God, but the devil was a bad guy somehow. I don't know. I never understood that. Winfrey said, the San Juans are pink because the red rock, southern Colorado and Utah is pretty too. It looks like Mars down there. Oh, okay, yeah. There's like the red. Well, it's like red and orange, right? Yeah, it's pretty cool looking. Although, just like there's no, I don't know. I'm used to seeing a lot of brush and everything where I'm at, a lot of greens, and so it's really odd to me when you have, like you said, it's like Mars, like it's just a bunch of dead orange stuff. But people say it's like the prettiest place in America. I've heard people say that, and I'm like, it's all dead. What do you mean? There's like no tree. There's like hardly anything. But I mean, hey, its beauty is in the eye of the beehole. You know what I'm saying? That's what I've always heard saying, something like that. And if you want, you know, to do something with somebody's beehole, just go to adamandeve.com. Enter that code word Brantley. Check out 50% off any one item, 6 free movies, 3 free gifts. It's almost 10 items. And they do have discreet packaging too. I always got to make sure to mention that. That way nobody knows what you're doing to people's beeholes. Jesus Christ. The fuck was any of that?
Early you is the biggest loser ever. Pray for those people that they get saved because God is about to do some powerful things in this earth.
I feel like she's always like about to be ending, and then it's like, because look, we're only about we're less than 8 minutes in, right? And it sounds like she's wrapping up. She's wrapping up, but then it's like something she says something that triggers like something else in her mind, and just dives down some other rabbit hole of stupid. You know what I mean? Let's see.
And nothing can stop it. So remember, everybody, get your cake out. You're going to see a lot more. God bless you. God keep you. May the host go with you. right now, in Jesus' name. So be it. See you later.
Oh, wait, maybe she did end. Oh, she did end. What is the rest of this?
If you need
Whoa,
inspiration, you're
dude,
needing hope,
y'all need to
then
get
look
on
no
your volume
further, 'cause
issues.
here we go.
Oh,
It's
fuck.
God.
Lauren Nicole, and it is so great to be here today. I would love to lead us in a prayer.
And their volume's back down to like ridiculous levels of low now. What is up with these people's like ability to make videos? It's like they can't. Jesus, it's like it messes with my stuff because it's like constantly this giant leap from my voice to theirs, and it's like I try to get it as even. Anyway, all right, let me back up a little bit. Oh, nope, I don't want any other likely copyrighted music.
Guys, it's another episode of God Links. I'm your host, Lauren Nicole, and it is so great to be here today.
What? Hold on. Why does she have? She's got God links up here. Then she's also got God links as her name, and then what's supposed to be like the thing that her like website or whatever, or her like YouTube name or whatever, her handle. It's she's got her name there. So it's and then he's just got his name with what is normally in it. You know what? Never. I don't. This is fucking. It's like an OCD nightmare for somebody. Aunt Gira's losing her fucking mind right now, looking at all this inconsistency going on here. This is just crazy.
I would love to lead us in a prayer.
Now, good. Great.
Dear Heavenly Father, I just thank you so much for this beautiful, beautiful person in the guest seat spotlight. He has a heart like King David, and I know that there's protection.
I swear these people are like cartoons, man. Like they're cartoon versions of Christians. Like they're not actual people, right? Like this like, I don't mean that like a but like how are you this silly? I mean, come on, like you seem like a character in a fucking Adam Sandler movie, lady. Like what is happening? Jesus. And you got the name plates all wrong, whatever. Goddamn, so ridiculous. All right, let me get to some more comments here. Um, Logan said, Bryce Cannon was the best stars I've seen in my life. What? I have no idea what you're talking about there. Let's see. Bornfrey said, oh my God, my trip, we got to drive through the reef, and on the way back, we took US 40. So I went past all all the canyons and petrified forests and stuff. I missed road tripping. I got to get back. Oh man. Huh, that's cool. Where's that at? That's in like Utah and shit? Or is that the Grand Canyon? Where's the Grand Canyon? I was homeschooled. Okay, look, I don't know. All right. I can never remember where the damn Grand Canyon is. It's called Memorial Day, and they celebrate it every year, and I missed it too. I wonder if Darth Magog did a stream. Huh, I don't know. It's a good question. Very good question. uh, JWs have a real wine. That what? Have real wine usually, and they love caffeine. It's Mormons that don't. Oh, that's right. But they can't celebrate birthdays. Okay, I can't keep track of all the stuff they're not allowed to do. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so they do drink alcohol. Interesting. I didn't know that. Hey, Maya's here. What's up? uh, Maya said, Bentley's live. Does he know what time it is? I know it's so late. It's so late. I got a late start. No, I'm off of work this week, so so I can go later this way. That way that way y'all can sleep in too. You know. Liz said, "Yes, Michael. I knew. I vaguely remembered something about that. Wait, what did Michael say? Jesus is poly for us. Jesus is poly for us. Oh my god. Oh, that was wrong. But anyway, it's poly. Like, uh, I mean, okay. I mean, he did have 12 dudes just walking around with him, washing feet. Apparently, 'cause that was all Jesus did. And he didn't hate. He washed feet. Who the fuck? Who came up with that slogan, man? Why? Why would they do that? You know, like, I got an idea. You're like, wow, that is the best idea. We should put that at the fucking Super Bowl. That's what we should do. Do you know how awesome everybody's gonna love it? The Christians gonna love it. The secular people, the left are gonna love it. It's gonna bring everybody together. And that's exactly what it didn't. No, did the opposite. Michael said, "Personal Jesus" by Depeche Mode. Is that? Oh, that's a Depeche Mode song. That's funny, but that's what Kat was listening to, you know, when she got that idea. Just stealing ideas from Depeche Mode. I knew it. Let's see. Oh, I vaguely remember something about. Oh, she remembered the song. Yeah, because it's Depeche Mode. Everybody knows them. Wolfo said, "Can I ripped white Jesus? What? Oh, can I do ripped white Jesus? We aren't poly for Jesus. Jesus is poly for you, and you alone, just like everyone else." Okay, so you so you think she's saying that you can be with both Jesus and your husband? Because as far as Kat said, she said you get unmarried the second you get into heaven. Those contracts don't matter anymore. Okay, that shit gets burned up on the way into heaven. So you're not married at all. She said you're just sort of pals. You're just sort of pals with your husband, and friends with your kids and stuff. But you're only married to one person up there. Let's see. Winfrey said Jesus was gay. It's like just so straightforward there. Jesus was gay. Once he got nailed by a bunch of soldiers, I heard he was kinky too. Seems the penetration was brutal. That was good. Okay. That's that was from an atheist like joke book or something. There's an atheist joke book out there somewhere, isn't there? And that's like the first or second one, right? That was good. No, I like that. Jesus. David O, what's up, man? Her mom is still alive. She must have had Kat when she was 14. What? Really? Kat Kerr's mom is still alive? Did she say something about sometimes I just zone out and gloss over when she's talking. But did she say something about her mom being alive still? Wow. It's those fucking, it's those cult people. They just live forever. They live forever. It's not, it's crazy because they don't do anything. They don't do anything fun, so they just drink water and like healthy food all the time. It's bullshit. What the fuck? Is the Warm Food said Jehovah's Witnesses have a motto: best life ever, or happiest people on earth. Really? Those are their, but like best life ever? It's your best life to go like door to door, just being like, "Could you believe my thing, please? Can you please, do you mind? Just believe what I want you to think. Okay, do it." Like that's the best life, because that's like the one thing that they seem to like make sure to try to do all the time, right? That's like what makes a Jehovah's Witness, right? Quite literally, happy slaves. Are they the ones that say that whole line of like true freedom is slavery or to Jesus or whatever? It's like, what? How do you say that? That's just like completely backwards, dude. Like nothing means anything, I guess. Doesn't matter. Who gives a shit?
And over his family, over every
She's still
part
praying.
of his life.
She's just
And
praying
I
that
know
whole
that
time.
your will is going to be with us in our words, and to let your will is Joshua Hen.
Oh, okay.
He is a man. Well,
Amen.
followers get really excited today because this here in my guest seat spotlight is Joshua Hen. He is a man with a humble heart and he loves Jesus. So let's welcome. Let's get ready to roll.
He's a man with a humble heart and loves Jesus. Oh, I got to turn this back up. Sorry, that's why I got so quiet. Jesus. Never mind.
Thank you, Lauren. It's
You know
really
what?
a privilege to be here and to share my heart with you guys today. And I know that God's will and his purpose is going to come.
And if you want your purpose to come, or if you want to come on purpose, I'm sorry, I got that back. Go to adamandeve.com. Enter code word Brantley at checkout. All right. All right.
Amen to that. You were so right on.
And I just want to share a little bit of my heart, a little bit of my testimony. Guys, I have grown up in the church. And I think sometimes when you grow up with religion and when you grow up in such a sheltered atmosphere, it's hard for you to find what's real and what's not. And so I did some soul searching. My whole life I was looking for love, and
Let me guess, you because you had such a difficult time being able to tell the difference between what's real and what's not, you all on your own, you landed on the conclusion that the beliefs that your parents had the whole time were actually right. You're like, but I had to figure it out on my own.
and seeing where God was. And I found him in the pits where I didn't think he would ever pull me out of. Guys, there's no pit too deep that Jesus's love is not deeper still to pull you out.
Yeah. And see, this is another, it's so funny because this is like how they work a lot of times. It's like, oh, I fell away. I fell away. And then, I ended up like that prodigal son, just eating the pig filth, whatever. And then I had to go back to the religion that I always knew was the right one, which was the one that I was raised with. But I had to mess up on my own to figure out that my parents actually were right, about this whole thing.
So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here to share my heart with you guys and to encourage every single person here watching today.
Well, I know that we are in a time where we desperately need that. So you just bring the fire today.
I don't mean to be rude about this lady. I don't, but she looks like a robot that's like gone off the rails or something. Like the mouth is not working or something. Like she's like one of those TikToks of in Japan or whatever, where they got the lifelike robots. This one is just something's wrong with the mouth, and the eyes are kind of going. I don't know, something's up there, but I don't know. She just looks really fake. Like she just looks fake.
I know you will. And I'm going to ask you the question, the famous question: how has God moved in your life?
For me,
that's the question. Like that is the famous question. Okay.
Lauren, how God had moved in my life is, like I said, I was in a really bad place, and I always thought that to find God, I thought I had to be in church, or I thought I had to be in a religious atmosphere, and not knowing that when I was in the world, he actually
turns out you just got to take too much acid, and and then I was like, oh man, I got to go back to church because I shouldn't have been doing.
was drawing me closer to him than ever before. So I had turned to some substances that I'm not proud of.
Acid.
Some things just looking for love like a lot of people do, and not knowing that his love was greater and deeper to pull me out. So when he had pulled me out of that dark place in my life, I was so grateful to know that God wasn't mad at me, that he loved me, and that his plan for my life, that was part of his plan, even though I thought I was running.
The plan for your life was his plan for you. Did he really just say that? Okay, man. Yeah, no.
From the will of God. So, to basically break it down, but not say too much, is I was in a really low place. I had really low self-esteem.
Nice. I was with, I started paying these prostitutes, okay, and it just became a daily basis. And then I got some diseases. Fortunately, they make some pretty good medications now that can just clear that shit right up. But I said too much. I didn't. I'm sorry. No, it was gonorrhea, so it's okay. It was able to. What? Okay. I'm trying, and I shouldn't have shared too much.
And I couldn't find the charisma, to just help other people. Because sometimes, Lauren, it's hard to help other people when you need help yourself.
It's the charisma that matters. You can't help other people unless you're charismatic, unless you can command an audience, you can't help others. How are you supposed to help others?
You know what I mean?
That's totally. Yeah, they say, I heard it on a survey just the other day that you can't go and help heal people if you yourself aren't healed. And I've experienced that myself just recently.
You got to get the plank out of your own eye so that you can get the speck out of your brother's eye.
So I totally know what you're saying.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Lauren. So once I was able to help myself, then I knew what it took
He
to help
did. He did not hear anything she said. He's just like, yeah, sure, whatever you said. Anyway, back to my thing that I'm talking about, lady. Trying to do a thing here. Can you just keep your all right?
other people because it was the same program I put myself on. It was nothing different. I'm like, guys, this worked for me, so this is how I can help you. So the way that I did that was by creating a fitness program to where I help people in their spirit walk. I help people get in shape. I help them with their diet, and I apply scripture to all the stuff that I put them through.
Oh God, this person just seems like the most obnoxious person I've ever. I don't feel like I could be in the room with this person for more than like a couple minutes before I just throw a chair. Maybe at him, maybe not. I'm not a violent person typically, but just anywhere in the room, just throw in the chair. Hopefully at a window, maybe. I don't know. Some of these. I can't. I did not see this happening. I apologize. I thought there was going to be a whole thing of cat, and now I'm starting to see that these fucking nuts like just went and lured us in with the video of the crazy lady with the pink hair, and then now we have to watch their fucking podcast. And that's exactly what goes through most people's minds. I'm sure. That show up to this thing. They're like, oh man, this isn't all cat. Well, I guess I gotta stay around, otherwise I won't be a good Christian supporting other Christians. So, all right, this is what we're doing for the next 20 minutes. It's like, Jesus. All right, let's see here. DWI in San Diego. Yep, I've been there, my friend. It's not fun. It's not fun. You like lose your license, and it takes like a year to get it back. You have to pay all these fines. You got to, you get the hardship license. If you blew like high enough, you got to put one of these ignition interlock. Fucking sucked. I was like, I just will not be driving anymore. Thank you very much. That's how I'm going to do it. They're like, you should quit drinking and driving. I was like, I can quit driving. That's how I can do that. And so I did, for a long time. But yeah, but I got it back now. I don't really drink that much anymore. But yeah, but there was a time. Let's see here. Worm Food said, yeah, it's just a major trauma point growing up. JW being forced to not wear green or participate in having to turn that's right. Okay, I see what you're saying. Turn the other cheek while everyone was everyone ever bullied me. Oh, that fucking sucks. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. And so they're against St. Patrick's Day like crazy like that. Like, is that the JWs are? I guess that makes sense because it's like Jehovah's Witnesses don't like Catholics, probably. I don't. Maybe vice versa. I have no idea. I don't know who the Catholics don't like. Warford said, even had teachers pinch me. Ouch. And none of the adults at the school did anything to stop the pinching, despite knowing I couldn't celebrate. Oh, right, because you get pinched. I remember this. So you get pinched on St. Patrick's Day if you're not wearing green, and so because Orange Food here is a group of Jehovah's Witness, not allowed to participate in the holiday, so you can't. So you literally couldn't wear green. Couldn't you just? You couldn't wear like hold on. What day is it? Are you wearing green? No, you can't wear green. That's so wild. Like, so you have to exactly not wear green that day because that would be considered celebrating St. Patrick's Day. That's so funny because I always felt I always thought it was funny because what ended up happening to me most of the time was I forgot. I always forgot what day that shit was. I never was paying attention to it, but I was always ended up wearing green just like by accident. They're like, oh, you're good because you got your thing on, and I'm like, oh, okay, but yeah, it was always by accident. So you couldn't even accidentally do it because you have to actively not do it. I also, as you can see from my channel, green is my favorite color. So that might have had something to do with it too. But, I like to think that it was just a wild coincidence, But man, that sucks, dude. Holy shit. Yeah, fuck the JW. They are a cult, dude. Fuck JWs. Jesus. They're the worst. Top Desert, hey, what's up, man? Top Desert said, hello, everyone. I'm a little late, working, but still listening. Cool. It's like you're late. We were late. We were who was late. You were. If you were on time, you'd have missed it because we were well after that time getting out here. So it's all good. It's all good. Lynn said, bro, we all have ADHD. Of course, we go on tangents. Okay, good. That's how I hear. It's like a lot of people that watch my shows, like, we're all fucking just ADHD. That's like the only reason that we like this because it's so like scatterbrained. That's all right. Where Fruit said, when does she pull out a banjo and break out into Big Rock Candy Mountain? Exactly. Oh, that's funny. She does look like a kid's show play thing, right? Jeez. Captain Jess said, hello, everyone. Hey, Dave. What's up, man? Yeah, Jerry said, I hope God's wild plans involve nudes. That could work. Yeah. I could get behind that. You know what I mean? Get behind that. Oh boy. All right. No, I'm just gonna. Sorry. That wasn't. Anyway, Wolfo said, "I'm ready for God's wild plans. If he parties like it's the first century, I'm out though. The drugs they were doing were all sorts of bad. Yeah, I can imagine. Not very good drugs. It's like ergot and stuff." It's very just you get sick, really. And it's barely a high. You just start believing everybody's a witch, and then you start killing anyway, it's the whole thing. But Warm Fruit said, according to Hardy in his new album, there's no beer in that. There's no beer. Wow. That's crazy. Is there wine? Because I feel like that could make up for it for a lot of alcoholics. They'd be like, well, was there wine though? Like, no, it's all just what's a Jaeger, just Jägermeister. And I'm like, oh fucking shit. I can't drink that every day. It tastes like fucking liquid licorice. It's the worst thing ever. Who invented that? Why is that? It's the worst thing ever. You know what we should drink? Fireball. That's the that was the replacement for Jaeger, by the way. That was the came up and took turns with Jaeger. It's like, get out the way. I'm Fireball. I'm going to be the new Jaeger. Wormfood said, according to... Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, I got that. Al said, don't know why I always end up on same. End up on same? Oh. You done streaming? Oh, no shit. So, all right, I'm sorry. I should have checked with Al. Because Al always checks for me. And then I just, I'm so scattered that I don't ever check anything. I'm just like, all right, just click go, and then we're going. And that's it. Wolfo said, I'll be watching back at work tonight. You're great. Keep up the great entertainment. Oh, thank you. That's Al. He's talking to Al. Al, keep up this entertainment. That's what he was talking about. I know it seemed like he was talking about, it wasn't. He wasn't talking about me. They had a little side conversation going on that y'all are unprivy to. But let's see what we got here. Wormfood said, I thought the Holy Spirit was a force that was acting since Paul's anointment with the flames over the head and talking in tongues and BS about, wait, he was you're talking about the upper room. Yeah, and that's what I always heard, the day of Pentecost, right? That was the day that the Holy Spirit was like manifested or whatever. As far as I understand, that's accurate. Yeah. That was like when it first came into I don't know, first somebody came up with it. I don't know. Let's see here. Hold on a second. Let me go for a second.
Most of my clients, they call me for their day-to-day life. It's not about fitness. It's, hey man, I had a hard day. I got in a fight with my wife this afternoon and I'm struggling to get to the gym, and I think the body of Christ, we have to lift each other up to help each other.
That sounds like an excuse. Like, I can't make it to the gym because I got in a fight with my wife, which just automatic. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. My muscles are just not, I can't do it. I can't do it. That sounds like an excuse. Maybe it's not. But it sounds like an excuse. I'm just saying. All right. What do we got here? Am I, I don't know. Are you? Are you caught up? I don't know. Caught up on what? Kerr? You don't really have to be. You can just kind of like fall into any of these videos, and it doesn't matter. You can just it'll be all right. Where was it? Oh yeah, we already did that one. Okay. Let's see. A new amendment to the Constitution or to the Bible, because there's been tons of those to the Bible. But hey, Steph, what's up? She's such a grifter. I would be gobsmacked if she's genuinely believed the shit she spouts. That is the $100,000 question, isn't it? Whether or not she actually believes this shit. And I gotta say, I go back and forth because there's times where I'm like, she wouldn't say it like this if she didn't actually think this shit. But at the same time, I'm like, there's no possible way she actually thinks she's going back and forth to fucking heaven. She has to know she's lying, right? But it's like I don't know. There's like some of those people where they'll believe their own lies because it's I'm sure it's some psychological phenomenon that I'm unfamiliar with, but yeah, I don't know. I'm where I'm at right now, grifter, straight up, just 100% grifter. But I do go back and forth. I think she thinks some of it. I think here, let me put it this way. I think she believes the Christianity part, and she sees the lying about going back and forth to heaven as a means to an end, to like get more Christians or whatever, But that's the fairest I think I can be with her on that. But that's just me. Let's see. Look, son, I'm scared. She so she pointed right through the screen. She does that, and she gets all angry and like gets like way too serious and then way too loud, which almost makes me wonder if that's why they have to have the volume goes all over the place with these things, because they're like, we just got to keep it down low because she spikes. If she, every so often she just starts spiking, peaking up there, clipping and all that stuff. So they have to keep her so low because all of a sudden she's just fucking shouting. And they're like, there's the shouting. Like, you need some kind of like, I don't know, one of those isn't it those condenser mics or whatever that'll do all that for you? But they clearly only had a budget for a phone because Kat's keeping all the budget to herself. That's the only thing I can think of. But let's see here. Wolfo said, the end was the only part she had written ahead of time. Her only script was that poem she wants to get out there. Yeah, that's it. That's whatever that. Yeah, her catchphrase, which it's crazy that I don't know what it is at this time because I've seen so many of these, but my eyes roll back in my head, like fully by the time she gets to her closing catchphrase. You know what I mean? But let's see. What Paul said, God's mass, God's acceleration equals God's power. God's acceleration. That's the formula right there. It's like Steph said, does she do this every time she gets quiffy? Quiffy. I don't even know what that means. I was gonna say what I would think quiffy would be, and I was like, that's inappropriate and probably kind of sexist, so I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, I don't. I'm gonna need a definite. Like, I need to know the definition of quiffy, and what you mean by that, because I don't know, and I'm just gonna stay with I don't know, because my mind making stuff up is not gonna be good. Warm Food said she has a cameo, right? I should pay her to read my poetry. Oh, does she really? Because that needs to be a fucking Patreon goal, dude. Like, if we can get so many like subs or something like that, we will. I will make, and we can all make one together. Actually, now that I think about it, let's just like we could vote on different ones. We could have them all right up. We'll do it in the Discord, and we can vote on different different things she could read for a cameo. Oh, so good. That'd be so good. All right, now we're gonna have to get on top of this. All right, we need to find out if Kat Kerr has a cameo, because I will pay way too much for that to get her to say something. Oh, that's brilliant. Wormfruit said, hell is for the heavenly by myself. What? Hell is for the heavenly by myself? Sounds like an old song. Oh, Wormfood, if you have the kind of money she wants, I'll put on a wig and read it for you. Oh, man, really? It's that expensive? It's like $10 bajillion, you know, for a couple phrases or whatever on Cameo. Jesus. Wormfood said, God awaketh one morning early in his brothel. Ooh. Itchy was his groin. Oh, he was ever slothful. Drowsily he moaned. I was not very thoughtful to turn the heater so high, and it is so much trouble. That's beautiful. That is gorgeous. I love it. You know that you could be a philosopher with writing like that. I'm just all I'm saying. You know, where we said to come all the way to hell, just to have a party. I know. Now I feel like we're getting really disjointed in the comments. You know, these are like not even full thoughts anymore. I don't know what's happening. Like, let's see. Who are these people? I don't know. I don't know who they are. This is a fucking robot over here. This is just and this guy is, I don't know. He's a fitness dude, you know. But who knows? This is some little podcast that they, I guess, tricked everybody into watching because they started out with a crazy lady, you know, and then everybody just feels guilty if they don't keep watching. Because that's how Christianity works, or all religion for that matter. Let me go down and see. Like running out of time. Pragmatic Crystal's here. What's up? Let me see. Oh, Dave. Oh, and the footprints because of the Bigfoot. Yeah, that's cool. That's great. Okay, there's a Pragmatic Crystal. Oh, damn, Michael. Now I have that song in my. Oh, Michael always sings songs, and then they get stuck in our heads. Or not. Yeah, Michael. Wait, but there's Wolfos is doing it too. Looking for love and all. Looking for love and all. Looking for love. Oh man, I love that sketch. All right. Let's see. I'm just like rocketing through now because we're like out of time. Oh, and there's Deep State. All right, good. Deep State made it. We're good. Everything's all right. All right, we can all relax. What the shit to pinch people for any reason? Oh, that's what? Well, that's shit to pinch. Is that what it is? Shit. You can just say the swearsies, guys. Like it's all right. You don't have to self-censor here. Okay. I can, and it's hard to figure out what you mean. I think it's probably like some, I don't know, some slur or something. If it's like, how am I supposed to know? Where's community? Anyway, one more Deep State. I love the separation of church and state. It wasn't for the separation of church and state, my brother would have been brainwashed by a JW back in middle school. Oh, damn. Yep. Yeah, dude. I mean, be brainwashed by some religion, right? If it weren't for that separation. Although what's weird is like there are certain countries that have they don't have a separation of church and state, yet they seem to be less religious than our state or our government. It's kind of weird that it works like that, But it does in fact work like that. So, but all right, hey, well, and if you want to work like that while having sex, I don't know, go to adamandeve.com, enter code word Brentley at checkout to get 50% off any one item, 66 free movies, 3 free gifts, and free shipping on the whole order. It's basically 10 items, and the packaging is discreet. They're also a very progressive company where they do a lot of, they give a lot of money to a lot of great causes, very progressive, because probably because I think they can see that the conservative religious zealots, if they had their handmaid's tales way, Adam and Eve would probably be the first one to go. So they're like, we're going to fund the like regular people, and the good causes, not those crazy conservatives, because they would, obviously, right? So go to adamandeve.com, enter code word Brentley at checkout to get 50% off any one item, 6 free movies, 3 free gifts, and free shipping on the whole order. Just go to adamandeve.com and get your exclusive offer. If you want to support the show in some other ways, you can become a patron at patreon.com/punkapostate, or you can do a one-time payment at Cash App. Our cash tag is punkapostate. It's all one word. And it's it's always I'm always trying to put stuff up on the Patreon. But the one-time payment on Cash App is a big help. Also, oh yeah, that's right. Now I have like super thanks too. If you ever want to do a super thanks, I'm going to start doing shout outs to the people that do super thanks at the end of the screen here. I'm also going to start putting up the patrons, a screen of the patrons and super thankers. So if you want to do either one of those, that'd be great. Really, really help out a lot. But hey, the main thing though is to stay logical, loving, skeptical, and compassionate. And we'll see you next time.